So I just got done watching the Fauci documentary. It's good. It's worth watching. It's over on my Twitch stream. I don't know how long it'll be there before it gets deleted or my account gets banned or whatever, but I don't give a shit. That's kind of why I have secondary and tertiary and what's the other word? Accounts everywhere on the internet. So anyway, I just want to have some laughs now. I want to play some Diablo 3 and have some goddamn laughs because I'm really sick of idiots on the planet, and I can only tolerate them for so much before I have to hear them getting trolled by Phil Hendry. Here is the famous Wonder Bra bit. If you have a nice pair, who care?
I wonder what happened to that young guy who was out there. You might remember, or maybe you don't remember, early in the week, somebody went to the front door and they wanted to get in, and they wanted to interview for a position here at the radio station. And I was on the talkback with this kid, and I asked him, did you have a college education, a high school education? He said, no. I said, perfect. You can interview for the program director job here. And he said, but I am going to go to college. And we said, we prefer that you didn't. And the poor kid showed up here today, sitting out in the lobby, waiting to talk to somebody. And I had no idea that somebody had set an interview up with him. Did I invite him in for an interview, Andy? Is this my fault? Wherever you are, buddy, come on back. Whoever you are, Javier, I think that was your name. Come on back, man. We'll interview you. We got to find something for him to do here. If not, if we can't find anything for you to do here, at least we can have you on the air for a few minutes. Rather, you might as well sit in here rather than out there in the lobby. But he was at the door, and I think I remember the exchange. He said, yeah, I wanted to fill out an application. And I said, do you have a high school education? No? All right, then you can be program director. Oh, are you kidding me? And it went like that. Now he's off, driving down 79th Street with his head between his knees, or his tail between his legs. And I don't know. I felt bad about that. And all of this in the middle of the fact that I got Mark Barkencroft hanging on the line. Margaret from Bell Harbor had a big spread in the paper today. She's hanging on the line. Mark, are you there?
I'm right here, Phil. How you doing?
Great. Margaret?
Hello, Phil.
All right. The two of you aren't together or anything, are you?
No, we're not.
All right. First of all, Margaret, congratulations on your big interview there in the Herald.
Thank you very much, Phil, and we were very gratified. And I would like to thank Christine Dolan at the Miami Herald for conducting the interview with me. I thought that it was concise, I thought that it was thorough, and I thought that it was very far-reaching and something very representative.
Yeah, we'll get back to how thorough and far-reaching it was. Mark, you're here to celebrate a one-year anniversary, right?
Well, Phil, I thought it would be a pretty terrific thing if we could come on the air today and talk about something that we talked about a year ago on your program, Phil. And that is the Wonder Bra. It's a year old, Phil, this week.
The Wonder Bra's a year old.
That's right, and there are sales all over South Florida for the Wonder Bra. An amazing piece of self-enhancement, self-improvement, self-beautification for all of the gals out there. People thought it was a novelty film, and I'm here to tell you it's not.
Phil, I can concur with that. I don't wear it myself, but the Wonder Bra, and I know so many people thought that it was some kind of a joke when it first came out.
Well, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was one of those joke bras, something that you pump air into.
Not at all. It is something that does enhance the look and the feel and the texture of a woman, a beautiful woman, enhancing those qualities that a woman already has. And I thought that it was so apropos, the fact that the Wonder Bra is celebrating its first anniversary when so many people were willing to write it off.
Did you find that, Mark, when you first were covering this whole Wonder Bra phenomenon?
Well, Phil, I did find that the Wonder Bra was not taken very seriously by a lot of women. They thought it was some kind of a joke. A lot of men laughed at it. But let me tell you something, Phil. The first couple of weeks that many of the stores here in South Florida, whether it was Birdine's or whether it was Lerner shops or any of the women's shops, sold out of the Wonder Bra in the first couple of weeks. An amazing, amazing story.
Margaret, what do you attribute the success of the one? Are a lot of women feeling very inferior about their chests?
Well, I think that women traditionally do feel very inferior about that part of their body. And let's face it, as human beings, we have feelings of inferiority when it comes to certain parts of our bodies, certain aspects of the way that we look. Some of us think we have too big or too small of a nose. Some of us think that our ears are too big or too small. Some of us find fault with different parts of our bodies. And the most vulnerable place on a woman, the place, I guess, where most women live when it comes to their beauty is the the breast. And the Wonder Bra, I think, is something that can enhance and at the same time enhance but not lie, I suppose is the word that I'm looking for. It does not over-exaggerate a woman's figure. It enhances a woman's figure.
The difference between exaggeration and enhancement, Mark?
Well, Phil, the difference between exaggeration and enhancement is that enhancement is something that takes what is naturally there and brings out its positive aspects. Exaggeration, I think, is that attempt to redefine, to fool, if you will, people into thinking you got something that you don't, to put it in a very colloquial way, Phil. But the Wonder Bra, I think, is more something that enhances, more something that adds to a woman's looks.
So you don't wear one, Margaret. The kind of woman that does wear a Wonder Bra, the kind of woman over the last year that has been buying the Wonder Bra?
Well, I think that, first of all, it is a woman who is definitely feeling very, very inferior about her body. She feels inferior about the size of her chest. She feels inferior about her ability to attract a man, inferior about her ability to hold a man, I think, when it comes to that aspect of her personal beauty.
So this is all about attracting men, the Wonder Bra.
Oh, well, yes, of course. It's also something I think needs to be said. It is very important in today's business world that a woman has a very well-defined, well-enhanced chest in order for her to achieve the things that she wants to achieve in business.
Phil, I think you remember last year when I was on your program, I mentioned that the Wonder Bra was being sold to a great many business women, independent, career-minded women, because they felt they needed a little extra push, I guess, out there in the workplace.
Well, this gets into a dicey area of, I don't know whether you call it reverse sexual harassment or a kind of a reverse bigotry in terms of a woman walking in and thinking she's going to get a job because she has the bigger chest.
Well, I don't think that's I don't necessarily think that's the definition, Phil. I think a woman needs to look her best. And I think when you talk about a woman looking her best, it means she looks her best from top to bottom. Her hair is done well. Her makeup is applied tastefully. Her chest is enhanced. It is not a flat look or a sagging look. It is an enhanced look. She is wearing a nice skirt. She is wearing a nice pair of shoes. She looks professional, yet she looks like a woman.
It's very important, Phil, and women can deny this all they want. But a woman who doesn't have a well-defined chest, a woman who doesn't have, and I'm not going to say large breasts, but I'm going to say women who don't have well-defined, enhanced breasts stand almost no chance at all of making it in today's business world.
All right, we're going to get back to this discussion with Margaret from Bal Harbor and Mark Barkencroft on the one-year anniversary of the Wonder Bra and the attitude on the part of many in business that unless a woman has a chest that is substantial, she might as well kiss off any success in the business world, period. I'm Phil Hendry here on 610 WIOD.
Like our afternoon friend, Phil Hendry, we'd like to impersonate some voices for you. I'm going to do Suds, and Suds will impersonate me.
You sound just like Rick, Suds.
Wow, you sound just like Suds, Rick.
Oh, my.
Now let's stand on one foot like cranes.
Ooh.
Rick and Suds, 6 to 10 a.m. on News, Talk, and Entertainment Radio. 610 WIOD.
751 WIOD date, Broward 524 WIOD, 1-800-944-9463. Mark Barkencroft and Margaret from Bal Harbor with us. I want to get the interview that they did with you, by the way, Margaret, in the Miami Herald here in a moment and ask you about some of the comments that you made. But we're talking about the one-year anniversary of the Wonder Bra. And I guess we're talking here, Mark, about women finally doing something about their looks.
Absolutely, Phil. I think what the Wonder Bra has given to women is another opportunity. And there have been a great many missed opportunities on the part of women, but this has finally given them yet another opportunity to try desperately to do something about their looks. We have, and I can say this because I worked for a long time as a buyer for Macy's, and I worked as a buyer for May Company out in California, Phil. I think you're familiar with them.
Yes, I am.
I worked as a buyer, and we have come up with product after product after product trying to help women to enhance their looks. We have come up with girdles. We have come up with stockings. We have come up with every kind of every kind of lipstick, eyeliner. We have tried desperately to try to get women to pay attention to their looks, and I don't know whether we've been successful. Margaret, your thoughts?
Well, I can tell you that I know an awful lot of women who do understand that there are beauty enhancement products out there, but they're not clear on how to use them and what exactly they should do with them.
But I think with the Wonder Bra, what we did is we said, look, here is a basic brassiere that can make your chest bigger. What more do you want? What more would you like? And so what we told them was, here is a breast enhancement brassiere. It can help you in business. It can help you get the job that you want. And women finally took to it.
They bought it, so this seems to be a product that women understand.
Absolutely, Phil. It helps enhance the breast without the costly breast implant procedure and also medically dangerous in some instances breast implant procedure. It helps a woman enhance that aspect of her body. It helps her in enhancing that aspect of her body get the job that she's always wanted to get. Remember that in business, and I really agree with you, Mark, on this, the larger a woman's breasts, the better her opportunity for scoring the big-ticket sale, making the big-ticket move up the corporate ladder.
There's no doubt about it. And that's why we really feel that the Wonder Bra has been a step forward for women. And finally, they've grabbed a hold of it. Finally, women have come together, Phil, and we're talking about 75 years since suffrage. We're talking about 25 years since the women's liberation movement. We're talking about a lot of years since women have finally empowered themselves. And finally, we have given them the Wonder Bra. They have said, thank you, we're going to take it, we're going to run with it.
Do you think that women have ignored these beauty tips all these years?
I really think they have, Phil. I think women have been very, not because they didn't want the advice, but they didn't understand the advice. Let me just, as a woman, give you an example. Many of the makeup manufacturers in the United States come out with what we like to call toy boxes or toy kits. They're little makeup kits that women can buy, lipstick, eyeliner, etc.
Right.
And you would be surprised when most women buy these in a store, and I used to work at a makeup counter before I was married, so I would watch the women come in and try to apply this makeup, and they would walk out of there like it was Ringling Brothers Circus. Large, round balls on the cheeks, big red lips. You'd swear to God that a 3-year-old had put the makeup on. And it has taken us years and years to show the average American woman how to tastefully apply makeup. The mascara can be put on very tastefully and very gently. You don't have to lay it on there like you're pouring cement out in front of someone's house. I see women with their eyelashes stuck together as if they were using super glue. There is also the idea of putting tastefully on the lipstick and the rouge. It's all part of looking your best and learning how to look your best.
And with the Wonder Bra, Phil, I think we've got an item that women can really say, hey, I can use this, I understand it, I know what it's about, it's not complicated, it's easy. 2 thumbs up for the Wonder Bra, Phil.
Well, it's about breast enhancement, and I guess that's number one. Would you say that, Margaret? In terms of a woman's looks, does she want her face to be beautiful, or does she want her breasts to be large?
There is no doubt, Phil, the average American woman, given the choice, would much rather have large breasts than a beautiful face. Because women understand, first of all, that their faces are secondary to everything else, neck down. And I tell young women this that I talk to. I tell middle-aged women this who are recently divorced or have lost their husbands and are going out into the dating world for the first time in many years. Remember, what from the neck down is what counts. From the neck up, forget it. You don't have to put any makeup on. You can get out of bed with your hair looking like a rat's nest, so long as the breasts, the body, the legs, everything else is perfectly enhanced.
This is amazing hearing this from a woman. I mean, I'm just...
Let me jump in, Phil, and help you out here. I think what Margaret is trying to say is this. We're talking about the hard, cold reality of finding a husband and finding a job. And if you're a woman who has a nice, well-formed pair of breasts, beautiful legs, a beautiful rear end, nice thighs, who cares what the face looks like? Nobody cares. And it's so sad to see women spending so much money on makeup.
I agree 100%. I see women spending hundreds of dollars on lip gloss and this. If you've got a nice pair, who cares? Remember, if it doesn't fit, you must have quit?
Yeah.
Well, mine is, if you got a nice pair, who care?
If you got a nice pair, who care?
Right.
You know, that is the most juvenile jackass crap that I've ever heard in my life.
Well, Phil, you know, you may think it's juvenile. It happens to be reality.
I think it is the most juvenile crap that I've ever heard in my life. And for the two of you to come on here and talk about how 20 years or 25 years of women's liberation, 75 years since women's suffrage, that it all comes down to having a large pair of breasts to get a job. Haven't we grown up? Haven't we moved past that?
Phil, if you want to pontificate, if you want to play Mr. Sensitive, if you want to play Mr. Nice Guy, great, Phil. Why don't you do that on your own time? We're trying to help women enhance their physical looks, their physical shape, the way they feel, the way they act out in public.
And, Phil, it really is important, of course, for a woman to know how to wear makeup. But, my God, she can be the most beautiful woman in the world. But if she is walking around looking like something out of a little Lulu cartoon, 2 stick legs and no figure, no man, certainly no man in the professional world is going to want anything to do with her.
And that's a shallow, stupid man, especially an employer. If a guy's going to hire on the basis of that...
Phil, we're not talking about employers hiring on the basis of that. We're not talking about employers saying that unless she has large breasts, we're not going to get her the job. We're talking about an employer who says, look, she's got the education, she's got the experience, she's got the background, and look at her. She also pays attention to how she looks, she pays attention to her body, she pays attention to her health. That's a plus, and you have to understand that.
Well, but the two of you are making it sound like it's a... And it's like a make or break situation. And you, Margaret, with the neck down, what does that mean with the neck down stuff?
I am saying, if you listen to me, and I don't think you're listening.
I'm listening very carefully. You said, you know, what did you say? If you don't have a nice pair, who care? That's not even good grammar for starters.
I'm saying, Phil, that a woman understands in business and in the social life that her face is secondary to everything else when it comes to physical beauty. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I bet you anything there'd be some men who disagree with that.
Well, fine, but you could get men who would disagree with that, but you're not going to get any women who would disagree with that. Not by a long shot.
Well, Matt, what makes you think that?
You ask any woman listening to your radio program right now and ask her what physically her husband found most attractive about her, and he is not going to say anything having to do with anything from the neck up. It'll be the legs. It'll be the arms, the fingers, whatever, nothing from the neck up. I guarantee it.
Well, there you go. You're going to have somebody just calling up to disagree with you, just to disagree with you.
Well, that's fine, but I'm speaking truth here. I'm not just bellowing hyperbole.
All right, 751 WIOD is our dateline. Margaret from Bal Harbor and Mark Barkencroft celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the Wonder Bra. If you don't have a nice pair, who care? Is that supposed to be funny?
I thought it was very snappy.
Very snappy. And 524 WIOD and 1-800-944-9463. Real juvenile stuff, if you want my honest opinion.
Phil, listen, I'm not trying to devalue women here at all.
That's what it sounds like you're doing. It sounds like you're devaluing women.
Well, Phil, what we're trying to say here is that you've got to pay attention to your looks. You have to begin to pay attention to how the world perceives you physically as well as emotionally, as well as intellectually, as well as spiritually, okay? And if you aren't doing that, and American women have let this part of their lives slide for a very long time, you've got to get back to it.
All right, let's take here's a lady on a car phone. Hello?
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fine.
Well, do you agree?
No.
You don't?
No, not at all.
Well, see, I told you.
Well, I don't think you're married.
I am married. I've been married for 8 years.
And what did your husband find most physically attractive about you?
Legs.
There you go. Prove my point.
No, it doesn't
yes,
prove your
it does
point.
Prove
it
my
does
point.
not.
You didn't say anything about the face.
It does not prove a point. My husband would not have married me if I was ugly.
Well, darling, then why didn't he say the best part of you is your beautiful face, your wonderful eyes, as my husband said to me?
Your husband said to you.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that you're making women sound like they can't get anywhere unless they have big boobs.
I am saying that women cannot advance in the world of business unless they take the whole person into account. And yes, that does include
No, that's
physical
not true, because
characteristics.
it is a woman's world.
It's a woman's world, and men own it, darling. And
No, I don't think so. I haven't gotten where I am today with, you know...
What do you do, Lori, for a living?
I'm in utilization review with MetLife.
what in the hell is that?
The woman is doing an office, so you're working with reviewing insurance?
I authorize patients to be put in the hospital.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Well,
and I did have to work my way up, working from a doctor's office to get to a hospital and then to get to the insurance company.
how large are your breasts?
Excuse me?
How large are your breasts?
Small.
You know, Phil, if you want to get some women that are serious...
I think the lady's serious. I think she is blowing up your theory, and I think that's what's making you upset. Lori, thanks.
It's just not fair. It's not fair to put one in that position. I mean, we're out there to work and to make a living and to earn degrees. We're not out there caring about how big our boobs are.
Well,
That's not going to take us anywhere.
Lori, this is Mark Barkencroft. I didn't mean to devalue you.
Well, you're the guy with the whole Wonder Bra thing here, man. Lori, thanks for your call.
Okay, thanks.
751-524-1-800-944-63 610 WIOD.
610 WIOD. Set your pager to vibrate.
751 WIOD in Dade, Broward 524 WIOD, and 1-800-944-9463. Outside to 305, we also have our AT&T wireless line. And hi, I'm Phil Hendry. And we've got later on in the program, big announcement, by the way, big announcement that probably I should let Brad make tomorrow night during the beloved Buffalo Bill report, but I'll give you a taste of it right now. Major Buffalo Bill pep rally in Joe Robbie Sportstown before the Bills game, the 29th. Brad will give you the details. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Donatella. I called regarding that I want to answer that Margaret from Bal Harbor, the question, what she was asking about a woman, if they have big teeth, they can get everything.
You can't use that word, ma'am.
What
Say
word can I use?
large breasts.
The breast.
Right, there you go.
I'm sorry. I'm Italian.
You're what?
I'm Italian.
Well, it could have fooled me. You sound like you're native born.
I hope so.
Yeah, you do. You sound like you sound like you're from Wyoming.
I'm a really very Italian person.
You do. You sound exactly like you're from South Dakota.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have confused me with
what country?
French and Cuba, with North America.
Darling, this is Margaret. You said you're from what country?
Yes, I agree with you in every way, and I think you're delightful, classy, and very stylish.
Wait a minute.
And I promote your show for every woman who wants to know.
Wait a second, dear. You're flooding me with good feelings. What country did you say that you're from?
I'm from Italy. I was almost born in Libya, but my parents are Italian, and they raised me in Livorno.
You were almost born in liver oil.
I beg your pardon?
What country? Libya,
where Gaddafi is reigning now.
Is that like Nivea?
No, it's not like Nivea. That's Libya is a country. Nivea is a lotion.
Oh, all right.
Libya is a country, yes. And Tripoli is a city.
And you're not from North Dakota?
No, I'm not.
See, the reason why she says that...
I don't know even what it is.
Donatella, the reason why she says that is because most people who are from North Dakota sound exactly like you. And
where is North Dakota?
North Dakota is one of our northernmost states. It borders Canada.
Oh, I see.
It's one of our 50 states. We're in Florida.
Maybe they have a French accent.
Well, no, they sound like you. You go to North Dakota and all over the place, there's people going, hey, so what do you want to do, huh? You want to have some cheese or something on a pizza, huh?
Okay. No, I don't have the kind of Italian accent. I was raised in Paris and in Venice, and I have a funny Italian accent in English.
What is your name again, ma'am?
Donatella.
Isn't that gorgeous? Donatella, Phil. It's like a song, isn't it? Donatella. I'm doing all I can.
Donatella.
That's Bella Donna, or Bella Luna, or whatever. Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad that you enjoyed and agree. Medley, hello. North Dakota. Hello, Medley.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Phil.
Yeah.
You're a worldly kind of guy, and I wondered if you could help me out, or maybe Margaret. This is the 1-year anniversary for the Wonder Bra, and I was reading the ad here as I was eating lunch, and I'm a little bit confused here. It says Wonder Bra comes on sale, and it has removable cookies. Now, before I go in there and buy this, what the heck is a removable cookies?
Well...
And is it perishable?
3 guesses.
I think those are the pad. Is that the padding, Mark?
Yes, that's right. That's the small padding.
Padding?
Yes.
I thought we were talking about a bra.
Well, it's padding. Well, we're talking about the Wonder Bra, sir.
Right, but why would they call them cookies?
That's just the name. It's an industry term. It's an industry term. Why do they call them socks?
Is that right?
Why do they call them shoes? Have you ever stopped to think about that?
No.
Why are they called shoes? We have no idea. It's just a term that the industry uses, sir, to help them differentiate and pinpoint different aspects of the Wonder Bra. And some of those things are removable. Some women can enhance with or without this padding. It's all up to the individual.
Right, so I should go in there and also
When
get
you
the
go in
removable
there,
cookies.
when you go in there, darling, buy one for a woman, not yourself.
Right.
Number one, all right?
Right.
And then if you want to buy them with the extra padding, you can. It's up to your girlfriend or your wife or your mother, whoever you're buying it for, to decide.
Okay.
All right.
I asked for padding or cookies?
You can ask for the padding or the cookies. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
And if you ask for the cookies, ask for milk.
Yeah, that's great, Margaret. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Margate,
Phil.
hello.
Phil.
Margate, yes.
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Listen, I think it's just a shame that in this day and age that women would have to go to the extent of getting a Wonder Bra just so they think they would have an upper hand in getting a job over somebody else.
That is my opinion as well.
No, hold on just a minute, Phil, and the gentleman caller. I don't think we're saying that a woman's going to get the job because she wears a Wonder Bra. We're talking about enhancing her looks, that's all.
I understand that, but the thought of the woman may be that, well, gee, I think I better get a Wonder Bra. You know, there might be other girls going in there with bigger breasts.
Right.
That,
right.
You know,
and that's
this guy's going to look at.
And that's what you're pushing here.
No, I really am appalled that you would have a difficult time understanding this, Phil.
Well, look, don't talk down to me. You guys are pushing this whole idea of large breasts help women get jobs.
We are saying that would you agree that enhancing someone's physical looks is a plus in being able to operate in the business world?
It depends. For instance, I'm balding, okay?
Right.
Are you going to tell me that I better go get some hair if I want to land the job?
I think that it would help, yes.
Well, let me tell you something, man. I've never had hair, okay? Never. Not even when I was like 15 did I have hair. And it's never hurt me trying to get gigs.
So far as you know, but do you know that there were jobs that you might have had you had hair? So that's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying that enhancing one's physical looks is what it's all about.
All right, are you gone? Did Vinny leave, or is he still there? Andy, what's wrong with our phones today? They all went out, so we hung up on half of our callers. Great. Car phone, hello.
Phil, how you doing today?
Good. Speak up, will you, please?
Okay, I need to agree with Mark and Margaret there. My wife, I just married.
Hello? Oh, you're married?
Yes.
Really?
She has fake hair.
How tall are you?
About 5'5".
And how tall's your wife?
About 5'5".
Okay, good for you.
She has...
Miami, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta call to disagree with Margaret in the sense that I think that both of these people are very superficial in their beliefs towards women. They're rating their looks rather than any mental capabilities that they may have.
No, again, I find this very fascinating that people cannot relate to. Would you go to a job interview, sir, without taking a bath?
No, of course not. I mean, it's necessary to be well groomed, but to have a large breast has nothing to do with being well groomed.
Grooming is different from these attributes.
Of course it is.
All right, if that's true, then you can talk to me about Forbes magazine and talk to me about Entrepreneur magazine, which both did surveys. And the average breast size of women executives in America making more than $200,000 a year exceeds a 38D cup.
Oh, get out of here with that
I have
crap.
a hard time believing that. I would have to do some of my own research to see that documentation, but I do not believe you in that sense.
Are you an employer?
An employer, no.
Well, then, sir, how would you know?
He's a man who's out in the workplace. He ought to know.
I am in the work environment, and I mean, half the women who I work with do not have large breasts, and they're half the time more successful.
And what do they do for a living?
We work service industry.
All right, are they executives?
Some are, some are not.
Well, I mean, what service industry is it? What do you do for a living?
The restaurant industry.
Oh, well, there you go.
What do you mean, oh, well, there you go?
Well, you can't really... You don't call the restaurant industry a high-end business, do you?
Oh, I do, yes. I'm studying hospitality management. And
yeah, there are people actually...
And at that level, it is a very, very high-end industry, obviously, that you're not aware of.
You're studying what?
hospitality management.
So what does that mean? You work at McDonald's?
He's studying hospitality management.
No,
It's
it
a
means
very-
I'm attending, school at the university level, learning a trade.
And what do do they teach you in hospitality management?
Many things, from human resource management to food control to beverage costs.
That's right. Now, if you're and someday you may be in a position, Tom, to employ women, say in a restaurant, say you're the manager of a restaurant, all right, and you want a hostess for the evening dinner rush. What are you going to do? You're going to put the woman with the larger breasts there?
No, I'm going to look for the most capable woman, whoever can benefit my restaurant in the best way.
Are you telling
and I don't
me-
believe that breast size has anything to do with
Are
with
you
that.
telling me that if you knew that you got a very large male lunch clientele because of the hostess having large breasts, that wouldn't matter?
I'm saying that I would not make a judgment based on breast size. Breast size on a woman is irrelevant.
Are
It's
you
what's
married?
inside her mind that matters.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Well, then how do you know?
What does marriage have to do with knowing women or not? I have many women friends. I have a girlfriend for 7 years.
All right, you have a girlfriend. All right, that's good enough. Now, what are we talking about with her?
What do you mean, her breast size?
Well, the whole package is what I'm talking about.
She's a very attractive woman.
Look,
but I am attracted to her mental abilities.
All right,
as well as her physical appearance.
All right, I'd like you to do this for me. And, Phil, I think this is going to answer an awful lot of questions.
All right.
Your name is Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have, when your girlfriend comes home tonight, or if you live together when she comes home tonight, or when you see her again, all right, I want you to get a tape measure and measure her from the top of her forehead down to the very top of her breasts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many inches would you say that is?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest. Maybe 18 inches.
See, that's far, far too short. Far too short.
Too short for what?
Too short for what?
For restaurant management, for hospitality management, for all of those areas. She has to have at least 63 inches between the top of her head and the top of her chest.
I don't quite follow you there.
Well,
but...
you study up on it.
Yeah, I will. And the other thing I want to say about the Wonder Bra is that everybody is not wearing it just because it makes their breasts larger. It's a very comfortable bra from what I've heard through women.
There you go.
It's not just a look factor. It's that it has extra support and it holds a woman's breasts up and makes them feel more comfortable, which is a very important factor as well.
Plus, they have the bottom lifter, too, sir. You ought to look into that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks very much.
Thanks a lot, Phil,
See you.
okay?
Bye-bye. 751-524-1800-944-9463. 610-WIOD.
Tragic trip number 6. Sunsets are spectacular this time of year in Arizona. If you get there, pack your golf clubs and tennis rackets and board the Sunset Limited from Miami to Phoenix. See the desert. See the new stretch of tracks. See illegals running from the border. Listen for this sound. It's how you qualify to win Tragic Trip number 6. Sunset in the Desert. On News, Talk, and Entertainment Radio. 610 WIOD. 610 WIOD. Your scan button is now deactivated.
Margaret, I want to ask you about this interview that was conducted by Christine Dolan in the Miami Herald. It's in the paper today.
Yes.
Question. She's asking you questions.
Yes.
And she's asking you about different celebrities. She asked you about Gloria Estefan. Then she says, what about O.J. Simpson? And you answer, O.J. Simpson was married, and that's where the problem started. He's an athlete who likes his freedom. I think he went over to Nicole's house with the best of intentions and got a little emotional. Men do that?
Yes.
Got a little emotional?
I think that Mr. Simpson went over to his ex-wife's house to talk things out, and things got out of hand. And if any woman listening to me has lived with any man for any length of time, men are very insecure, as much as they want to pretend that they're not. They are like little boys who need mommy to pat them on the head, and when they don't get mommy patting them on the head, they get emotional, they get violent, they get a little crazy. The mistake that Nicole Brown made is that she didn't recognize the little boy in O.J. Simpson that needed nurturing, and she was very much...
You're trying to tell me that this is what the thing with this answer means?
Phil, this was an interview that I gave to Christine Dolan. She understood me perfectly. If you don't, that's your problem.
A little emotional, huh?
He got emotional. Men sometimes lose control. They're little boys who need their bottoms powdered and patted and diapered. And if they're not, they get upset. Period. Every woman listening to me right now understands that.
Well, here's Kendall. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Phil?
Good. How are you?
Hey, Mark.
Every
Hey,
woman
Margaret.
listening to me right now. Yes.
I think you folks are missing the point about the breast size and everything.
This is Mark Barkencroft, too, by the way, sir.
Mark, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you there,
That's
sir.
perfectly all right.
Why don't you just go back in your hole, Mark? Go ahead.
I think the size is not important as much as the availability
Availability of the bra
Of
or
the breast.
availability of the breast?
of the breast.
Well, I don't think so, because I think there is a fine line between obvious and tasteful, and I think we're looking for tasteful here.
I agree, but with the Wonder Bra, you're trying to
nice try,
entice and...
Thanks a lot.
Coconut Grove. Hello. Coconut Grove? Coconut Creek.
Hey, Phil, this
Yes.
is Paul. How are you?
Yes, how you doing?
Hey, Margaret, how are you?
Very good. How are you doing?
Just fine, Mr. Barkencroft.
Very good. Thanks for asking.
Phil, I think
God,
this
you are.
issue-
Both of you are the ugliest human beings I've ever met, too.
Thank you, Phil.
Go ahead.
Phil, I think that most of the people in upper management today grew up during a period of time when perhaps it was okay to look down on a woman as being subservient. And so that's why the upper management sees breasts as I don't know, I guess they'll see it.
Are you in upper management?
No, not yet.
Well, then how do you know?
Well, because
I'm
I
telling
hang around
you
with these guys and I listen to all the perverted comments that they make on a regular basis.
You hang around with them. That's the operative phrase there.
I brown nose them, sure.
See, the only big boob in that group is you. I'm just kidding, darling. Do you lease your car?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that figures.
My company.
What do you mean that figures?
Well, he's a young man on his way up. He wants to look like he has more money than he does. So you lease it, huh?
Well, my company leases it.
What do you
for
make,
me.
about 35, 40 a year?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Renting
Not too much.
Renting at the beach?
No, not
Well,
at the
so what? So the guy's on his way up the ladder. So what?
I think that when he reaches the upper management position and he finally gets a good long look at a woman's breast, then he should talk to me.
Well, Margaret, I just got married recently, so actually I have finally gotten a good long look at a woman's breast.
Well,
so
good for you.
That was very
Congratulations.
exciting for me.
All right. Well, all I can tell you, darling, is that that, like I said before, if you don't have a good pair, who cares?
Yeah, that's great.
I agree.
That's real good. Look at, pal, best of luck in the business world.
Hey, thanks
Thanks
Phil.
for calling.
You're the man.
Bye-bye. Phil Henry Show here on 610 WIOD. Hey, welcome back here on the Phil Henry Show. Coming up next hour, we'll give you some more details. And, of course, Brad the Booger will have the full story for you in his beloved Buffalo Bill report on some big doings for the October 29th Bills game, including, I can't promise anything, but Brad is going all out on this one. He's going to invite Brother Wheeze into our tailgate party? Did I understand that correctly? Is that what I heard him ranting and raving about? Is that what I heard him saying as spit was flying from his mouth out in the hallway today? Good God Almighty. Here is North Miami. Hello.
Phil.
Yeah.
How you doing, Phil? How
Good.
you doing, Margaret?
I'm good. How are you doing,
Hey, Mark,
darling?
good?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, this is the thing. I never, ever agree with Margaret.
Oh,
in this
I'm sure
situation-
you've agreed with me at least once.
Okay, maybe once.
Because I know one time I think I said something like, the sun rises in the east.
I guess so.
You agreed with that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Now, here's what I agree with you upon. If you take two women, equal schooling, and you line them up together.
And equal job experience.
Right, equal job experience.
Right.
All goes together, and one has larger, firmer breasts than the other one.
She gets the job.
10 times out of 10.
I can't disagree with that, Phil.
Well, you know what? I don't know what business you're talking about. All businesses?
Not
All of them? I mean, who are we talking about here?
Not all businesses, but...
You know, there may be an employer out there who may say to himself, look, equal opportunity, equal job skills, equal educational experience. This one, I don't like the fact that she has a Wonder Bra look because I think it detracts from the business that she's going to have to do. I'm going to hire the woman who has the smaller chest.
But you know what? That might happen. Maybe
Oh, you are
out of
so
10
out of
times.
the loop, Phil.
But I feel that if you have a man, especially doing the hiring...
She's going to win out.
9 out of 10 times, you're going to hire the woman with a bigger chest.
So 9 out of 10 times guys are shallow morons who are going to hire some chick with a big chest.
That's what I've been trying to say.
Thank you, Margaret.
You're welcome.
Would you agree to that?
Men are shallow imbeciles, little boys, who need to have that.
Thank you. Thank you for insulting us. That's great.
Phil.
It's the reality of it.
What?
Phil,
What?
ask 10 of your closest guy friends
All right.
who they would hire.
Okay. I think 10 of my closest guy friends would probably hire other guys. So that's the sad part about that.
And by the way, I'm glad you got that problem cleared up from yesterday.
Which was that?
You know, that thing that was coming onto the CB radio?
Oh, yeah, we did. We had it triangulated to a woman's nose, I think, somewhere in South Dade.
I think that's what did it. I think it was the nose that did it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Margaret and Mark, once again, always very controversial, and I guess people can look for that interview with you on the back page of the Living section in today's, what is it?
In the Miami Herald. It's on the back page of the food section. It's the Living Arts section. I'm interviewed by Christine Dolan. She is a wonderful, beautiful young lady. She's a theater critic. And anyway, she was telling me that I had to tell the people out there, and I was talking about...
Yeah.
And another thing, I had a man